Ooh, hello there, my fellow miners and crafters. GoodTimesWithScar here, and welcome back to the wonderful worlds of Hermits and Crafting, Lost in the Woods edition. And you might be wondering, Scar, why are you in a jail? I see there's crimes against you. You were bribing people with cake. Well, let me tell you, it's a long story, and that in our last episode, we took a rocket ship all the way from the futuristic district in hopes of landing in the 1.14 village. And I'm not much of a rocketeer, and I crashed in the wrong village, and I took out a house. The house was owned by Flynn. Flynn has not been seen since. I think I may have pulled Dorothy on that guy, and I apologize. I apologize greatly. And I did blame it on Jelly at one point, but I gotta fess up, it was my fault. And yeah, so I'm just hanging out in the jail. They're not super happy with me here in Sweetberry, but I got this sweet bed right here. Look at this. It's a good jumping bed. Love it to pieces. Got this chair, really nice chair. It also doubles as a toilet. So win-win on that one. Also, the people of Sweetberry are, I'm not gonna say they're not intelligent, but they're silly gooses. I can access my inmate possession chest, and I'm just gonna get out of here. There we go. Let's go talk to the mayor and see about expunging my record. I had a discussion with the mayor here at the town hot tub, and we've come to an arrangement. They will expunge my record of my crimes of destroying houses, property damage, and maybe a little bit of bribing with cake. And in exchange, I will renovate your village. Are we good? Are we all good on that? Okay, so we need to transform this village. And I have some ideas, my friend. I am very excited about this. And also, if I don't do a good job, they will, let's not talk about that. Anyway, so what we're gonna do with this entire village is we are going to transform it into a modern village. And as I spent long days in that jail there, I wondered, what if Minecraft had a modern village? And what would that modern village look like? How would we take the things that are a part of the existing villages here in Minecraft and transform them into a modern sense? So we would need power generation and things along those lines, greenhouses for your farms, and an observatory in replace of the little cathedral at the center of the villages. So I think that would be absolutely amazing. So let's get started with that. And the first thing we need to do is pop on down here and get my supplies. Excuse me, Sheriff Blueberry. Excuse me. And there we are. Look at the things they stole from me. Look, Lagomatic, my diamonds, the Vex head, my pirate armor, which this is not lasting long. I really need the mending. But anyway, let's get all of our supplies back together here and then go look for all of our shulker boxes that crash landed. Heading off to look for my supplies, needed to stop here at the rocket because we need to start kind of cleaning the place up a little bit and rebuilding our rocket so we can get out of this village eventually. And maybe we can find Flynn. Hopefully he was not home when that rocket landed. But anyway, I did see some smoke around the bend there, and that should be, yep, there is all of our supplies from our rocket journey to 1.14 village. And we need to clean this all up, pack it all, because we're gonna use a decent amount of those supplies to start transforming this village. And one thing we're gonna do while we're out here is look for Jelly. We need to find my cat somewhere in these villages. If it's not this one, we'll find it in another. And yeah, man, I cannot wait to find her out here. And in the comments, have you found Jelly? Let me know in the comments. But what we need to start doing is terraforming out these houses, the trees, the mountains, things along those lines. Think of it as anti-terraforming. Set up a temporary storage and crafting here in the mountain now that we've recovered all of our shulker boxes. Hello, Hodor. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing well. And what we need to start doing, like I said, is our anti-terraforming, and that's starting to chop down the entire village and starting to move the terrain around so that it's a little bit easier to work with once we start putting in our modern roads and all of those wonderful things. I'd like to protect the villagers once they lose their houses, but I don't think we can attach leads to them. Maybe we could put them in a boat. I don't know. We'll think about that as we go along, and I have to ring this. Ha! I love it. Anyway, this village is going to be amazing when we're done. So let's start kind of, I guess, tearing the houses down. I feel kind of bad, but what we're gonna do is amazing. And as we destroy this village in super fast destruction mode, which is oddly satisfying, I wanted to let you know that I have a brand new t-shirt design, Scar World. So it's a block that looks like it's all been terraformed with mountains and trees and rivers, and it kind of sums up what we do around here, terraforming, of course. So I really like it. I hope you guys like it. It's down in the description, and I've moved everything over to Teespring. So of course you got Concorp, my legacy designs that I created years and years ago. So Scar Blocks and the Scar Shield. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of it. And if you have any other designs you'd like to see, go hashtag t-shirt designs in the comment. I'd love to take a look at the comments and see what you guys can come up with, because I love the creative process of kind of playing around with designs and seeing what would work and things along those lines. So hopefully you like it. End of super fast destruction mode, and we may have gotten a little overzealous with the destruction down below, and Mayor Strawberry almost put me back in jail because they were not under the impression that I was going to completely destroy their village. So I smoothed things out with him, and I told him to go chill out in the hot tub, you know, close your eyes if you have to, just let me do the work over here. So they're doing their thing. They're doing their thing. But anyway, over here at the beacon is the central point of the city. So I've kind of mapped that out as if this is the central area where the observatory is going to go. And from the observatory, we're going to have roads that will shoot out from there, maybe going across a bridge on the river or going in a tunnel in the mountain there. So I am very, very pleased kind of with the aesthetic design that we're going to achieve. Now, Mojang has never made anything modern, nor will they probably ever. But where we do want to stick to their design is the simplicity of it, and of course the scale. There is a very specific scale when it comes to Mojang's building style and of course design. So we want to kind of stick to that, but also chart our own with this modern style. So it's going to be very tricky because I always like to get a little crazy with my builds, and I want to try to avoid that in a sense so that I can stay somewhat in that realistic Mojang style. Anyway, I think we've got a good plan now. So what I'm going to start doing is laying out the roads, getting that material set up and ready to go. And yeah, I am really pleased with this. So Mayor Strawberry over there, it's going to be amazing when we get this done. Don't worry. Pirate armor is not all that it's been cut up to be. I've lost my boots. I've lost my hat. I'm just down to my pants. Thankfully, I'm alone here and nobody's gonna see me when I lose my pants. Anyway, flying on down here, as you can see, we're gonna have to probably take out the communal hot tub in a moment. But I think I've mapped out where I want the center of the village, and then the dirt roads are kind of how we're going to assemble the roads. And I wanna show you quickly what I'm thinking for the roads. So I'm probably gonna do the roads about 3 blocks. Remember how we're talking about keeping things in scale. So this seems to be kind of a Minecraft scale, so something along those lines like that. And then we'll run this along here. And of course, smooth quartz is my favorite new block in the game. There we are. And yeah, so I think that'll be kind of the sidewalks. So we'll be using, you know, new blocks, the smooth quartz, and then maybe we can even put water in the gutters. Oh man, I think this is gonna look really, really fantastic once we're done. So let's turn our focus to the observatory. So I'm going to use the website called Plots to help me kind of get a baseline, and then once we have that kind of structure built, then we kind of add our own little details to it. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to build kind of a box structure in the bottom, and then the observatory is going to be on top of that. And I think that makes sense. I probably didn't explain it very well, but I am pretty hyped about this. So I've got my shulker boxes ready to roll here, and this is going to be primarily built out of white concrete to start with. And like I said, then we kind of come through and add the details. So the white's kind of just like a primer or just kind of the block to get us started. Then we add our color and detail after that. So let's fill that inventory up. Let's grab a little bit of hardened concrete. There we are. Grab out our bucket and let's get started with this. Let's get a base down and then I'll show you the progress from there. I made a huge mistake. I went AFK, it got dark out. Half the population of Sweetberry is now zombified. Okay, it's fine. I've saved some of them. They're okay. The communal hot tub crew is completely wiped out. It's a lesson for us all. Hot tubs are not all they're cracked up to be. And also, a creeper thought they could attack me. Turns out, one piece of pirate armor can protect me from an entire creeper blast. So that was kind of amazing. And as you can see, I'm standing on the dimensions of the new structure. So this piece, the inner piece, is 17 by 17 and 19 by 19 in this area. Now what we're going to do is we're going to raise up this one, right? And then we're going to build, just a little box. And then we're going to put the additional box on top of it. And that'll give it a lot more definition in the entire design of the structure. I've kind of thrown away the whole staying to scale thing. Honestly, how could we have stuck to that? We got to go big or go home. So this thing's going to be amazing when it's done. It's going to give a ton of room for the roads to attach to, and it'll just be like a really fun focal point for the entire modern village design. So let's jump into super fast build mode and see where it takes us. End of super fast build mode, and we've got ourselves a beautiful observatory in need of some detail, of course, and I've solved the problem with my roads. So remember we kind of came up with a basic road design right there, and all the roads would meet up at the observatory. And I was thinking, wait a second, why would I end the roads at the door right there? No, they need to go in here and intersect with all the other roads. So I think that'll be really cool seeing them all meet here in the center. Now, as for the dome at the top, I wanted to do a star field, so darken it with black concrete, and then maybe do end rods or yellow concrete for stars. But for this particular build, I don't think it'll work because, well, there's a giant hole in the ceiling, and there'll be a telescope and different things like that. So we'll save that for a future build, which I think will be really nice. Now, we're not going to keep this thing solid white. We need to bring in some details. We need to bring in some color. So first thing we'll do is we'll get some neutral grays as support columns. That'll be the, the strip going across here. And then of course these columns going upwards. Then we'll mix in a little blue, a little dark blue in there. And I think that would look really cool. I think I'm going to leave the top portion white. And then as for the doors right here that open and close, I want to put a track system there. And then I need to come up with something for the doors, something industrial, maybe smooth concrete slabs or whatever they call those these days. The solid block that's light gray. Anybody help me? Whatever that block is, I think I'm going to do that up there, which I think will be pretty cool. So yeah, that is the plan. So let's jump. That is an arrow right in my ear. Oh, that's uncomfortable. But anyway, I also took an arrow to the knee right there. I also lost all my pirate armor, so rip me on that. But my friends, let's jump into super fast build mode and detailify our observatory. End of super fast build mode, and we've got ourselves a beautiful shiny observatory down below, and I think that looks absolutely fantastic. So we have the dome, and then that is white, so the original kind of color that we started with. And then down below, we've got the gray, which is kind of like the pedestal kind of holding up the structure. So the gray down here is kind of don't look at me gray or something like that. So your eyes go up into the shiny white. And of course, there is the extra little blue details down at the bottom. So I'm happy with everything for now. We will come back here and add some more details here and there, but I want to push it to the back burner for a minute because sometimes when you're working on something like this, it's good to step away because when you come back, you see it with fresh eyes. So that is why I'm going to turn my attention to the road. So I chopped out a little section here and opened up the wall, of course, so the vehicles can come through. And I've decided to not go with light gray like we spoke about earlier because it would kind of clash with the observatory building. So I'm going with dark gray instead of light gray. So I think that'll look really cool. And the sidewalk. So I'm kind of excited about the sidewalks because, well, once we get there, I'll be able to show you easily. And then I'm going to swoop in here and I'm going to cut that out by, wait, something's amiss here. Oh no, we went totally off scale there. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Nailed it, fixed it. There had to be a scar mistake in there somewhere, right? There had to be. Okay, now we're back on track. Let's do a spacing of 2 to start with, and then from there we can decide how much more we want to do. There we go. And then we'll do a big red stripe there. That's actually a yellow scar, not red. This clip is going very well, by the way. All right, so next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a gutter going across here, and I love the smooth quartz. It's absolutely beautiful. And I actually have 2 varieties here, because I wondered if we could do a little bit of smooth, right? So we do some smooth here, we do smooth there, and then what if we did some of these pieces in the center there, and that kind of like adds an extra little texture element to it. And especially sidewalks aren't perfect, so I think that looks really good. I'm really happy with that. So say we did, wait, no, that's incorrect. You know I've been working on this all day. I'm starting to get super loony at this point. Okay, there we go. Got that all the way across there. And then we'll throw these ones in. And now I can finally show you a cool little design idea that I had. And that is the waterlogged blocks, because I've never really used this functionality enough in building. So what I'm thinking about is if this section in here is kind of a gutter filled with water, I think it'll add like a fun extra little element to the design. Of course, the water's gonna turn this into concretified concrete. That's embarrassing. But anyway, I'm gonna go walk this shame off and start working on the other roads here. So my friends, let's get these done. The roads are down, and hopefully they're in kind of an eclectic Minecraft style. The way the village roads are a little bit haphazard, and that's kind of how I wanted to install them here in the modern village, and I think they're looking decent. So if we pop inside here, this is where we want to start working, is the observatory once again. So I want to start with the telescope, and I got out a few materials that we can kind of play with a little bit. We use these packed ice mini blocks back in Vex Tank for the camera lens, so I want to try to use that again. Maybe a little bit bigger lens for here, and then we need to grab some white concrete or potentially some smooth quartz. And where are you? There you are. Grab some of that. Beautiful. And grab some of those just in case we need them. So what I'm thinking about doing is sticking this thing out about maybe 20 blocks and then trying to put this on the tip of it, you know, as if it was like a piece of lens glass or something along those lines. Next challenge to do for our roof here is to make something that shows the mechanism that these doors close and open, right? They're just kind of floating at the moment and don't have any tracks to move back and forth. So we'll start working on that. And I noticed when we walk through here, these walls aren't quite symmetrical, so we definitely need to freshen those up and make those look a little bit better. And eventually we'll build our tunnels in all of these directions and probably expand these roads out a little bit further. Hello there, UFO tree. I'll get to you eventually. And of course, our rocket up there, we'll talk about that in just a moment. So yeah, let's see if we can make ourselves a telescope. Well, now that I lost my pirate armor here, I have died now 3 times. Also, that doesn't seem like a safe place to put a saw right next to your bed. Oh no, the pillagers. Where did they come from? What the heck? Oh. Vindicator. Boy, do I ever want to get on that rocket and head on home, but unfortunately we still gotta disassemble it and rebuild it, and of course finish our debts here at Sweetberry, and that's completely rebuild this village. And I think we made one giant step forward in that progress, and that is with the telescope. I think we got a really fun design. So let's take a look from here, and you can see we incorporated a little bit of ice to give it kind of a optical glass feel to it, played around with stairs to make that intricate design going upwards. Now I'm ran out of rockets, but so let's jump up the cliff here a little bit further. There we go. See that little box right there? There's little boxes going upwards. I think we could incorporate a color into that. I don't know what it is, but I want to experiment just to bring in an extra punch of color to it. But I love that shape to it. I think that is absolutely fantastic and definitely gives off a telescope vibe. And yeah, really happy with that. So let's pop in the interior here. And that's kind of our next phase, is probably adding a floor. So a floor across here, staircases going up to the top where there is control panels, things along those lines to activate the mechanism, and then of course bring the telescope a little further inward. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. So let's finish that, and then we'll be one step closer to Sweet Mary being a little sweeter. Adjusted the height of the telescope a little bit because I think it was just a smidge bit too long. And I've also added some end rods across here to act as a little bit of a support. I had to be careful because I started putting some down in this region, and that was melting all of the glass, and it was concretifying our roads, so that wasn't any good. Now down below here, I think this is looking pretty cool. We got some support mechanisms going across, and of course this is where you look through, and some control panels and things along those lines. Now I still don't have a way up here yet. That is a bit of a problem. And if we fly down here, I did try to change out the white in this section right here for ice because I thought it would look cool as a window, and it also melted and turned my road concretified. So yeah, it has been a bit of a pain trying to get the windows in there because I just love the look of modern ice glass, right? I just think it looks amazing. So we've got some villagers down here. Hello friends, how are you? So I really want to get more villagers here, and I really don't know how to breed them, but I think you require some beds. So I'll put some beds down here. Very nice, very nice. There we go. Hello, friends. And I think it is with the bread that we start to get them going. Maybe not. You just click on them and they just turn into little bobbleheads. I think I know the basics of this whole process now. We've got a farmer down there because they didn't have an occupation. And I think to kind of facilitate the process, I need to do a little trading with them. Also, I don't know if Hodor here can breed, so I brought in another one. I brought in a pirate, by the way. So let's just break this and push you into the hole. There you go. You look like Kurt Russell in Waterworld. That's amazing. Okay, all right, how do you guys do this here? So I'm gonna give you a little of this. Come on. No, I don't wanna. Do I throw that on the floor? Okay, I think I might have got it. I need to get in this guy's good graces here. So I'm gonna give him some coal, so we're gonna start doing some transactions. Look at this, we're becoming best friends. There we go, much trust is occurring. Double trade, look at that, we're gonna be best friends. Come on, go over novice, go over the level. He didn't go over, but I'm gonna give him some bread, and this might be the trick here now that he's good friends with me. Look, he's got the pink like heart things. No, it's still not working. You know, originally I could give this guy and make him do the bauble, but now I go into the inventory. Ooh, a bell. Ooh, fancy. I can't tell if that is the most adorable thing ever or the most horrifying thing. Oh, look at their noses. So I traded with Kurt Russell and I got him to an apprentice level, I believe. Look at that, look at that. We can now get a bell, pretty amazing. Now I tried giving them food, and once again, I just go into the menu there, but I thought maybe I'm just gonna throw it on the floor and see if anyone picks it up. Oh, they did. Mr. Farmer picked it up. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, I'm gonna give you another one. And I'm gonna give you one, and I'm gonna give you one. Oh my gosh, I'm like Oprah right now. Everybody gets bread. Oh my gosh, where did you come from? We must have unintentionally bred. Oh my gosh. Okay, I knew I got everything right, but it must have just taken some time. So we had the 3 beds because you need 3 beds for the 3 existing villagers, the 1 spare bed. I don't know if you needed doors. I always remember Tango always needing doors for the Iron Titan, so I've got a bunch of doors here. I also have the workstations. So yeah, I think we did it. And I made sure there was plenty of wheat in their inventories. Haha, this is great. Okay, this is fantastic. Let's get out of here for now. And we'll slowly kind of breed up the village because we lost half the inhabitants with the great zombie apocalypse. But anyway, guys, I think that is just about it for today. We've got the village in the right spot now. We've got the villagers breeding. We've got the focal point of the village set up and ready to go, the observatory. The rocket is slowly being rebuilt up at the top of the hill, and let's take flight one more time over Sweet Barrett and look down over the city of possibilities where we need to build houses, greenhouses, power generation, and everything else that goes along with a village, my friends. So thank you so much for watching today, and hopefully soon we'll get some armor. And until next time, this has been Good Times with Scar, and I always really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the videos. And if you believe the video deserved a rating, that would be much appreciated. And until next time, we'll see you later. And don't forget to subscribe, because you may just become scarred for life.